Hello, 5th grade math students. This is Chapter 3.7, the Froggy Voice Teacher Edition, Real-World Problems with Fractions and Mixed Numbers. In this lesson, we'll learn to solve real-world problems involving fractions and mixed numbers. Let's get started. In our first problems, we'll write division expressions as fractions and mixed numbers. Sheena bakes 5 pans of lasagna. She divides each of the 5 pans into 3 equal shares. How many pans are in each share? Well, here we begin with our 5 pans of lasagna. Let's divide each into 3 equal parts, or close to equal parts. Okay. If Sheena is now going to serve this lasagna to 3 people, how many pans of lasagna does each person get? So what we're going to do to figure this out mathematically is write a division expression. 5 pans of lasagna divided by 3 people. And our answer will tell us how many pans of lasagna each person gets. So we can rewrite this as a fraction, 5 over 3, which we can also rewrite as a mixed number, 1 2/3. So each person gets 1 2/3 pans of lasagna. Now try this problem on your own. Jerry pours 12 quarts of spring water equally among 5 bottles. How much water is in each bottle? Press pause while you work, record your answer in your homework notebook, and let's try another problem when you finish. Now let's practice drawing models to solve one-step problems. Adam expected his homework to take 4/5 of an hour. He completed it in 3/4 of an hour. How much faster did Adam complete his homework than he expected? Well, to solve, we need to find the difference between 3/4 and 4/5. So let's simply add a minus sign here. Our first step will be to find a common denominator, correct? I think our best bet here is 20. So let's change each of these fractions to an equivalent fraction with 20 as the denominator. That will turn 4/5 into 16/20 and 3/4 into 15/20. Now we solve, and we get 1 over 20. So it took Adam 1/20 of an hour less time than he expected to finish his homework. Bonus for tomorrow, tell me how many minutes he thought he would spend, how many minutes he actually spent, and the difference, what that 1/20 of an hour actually is. Reminder, an hour is 60 minutes. Now you try. Lisa has 1 2/9 pounds of peaches. She buys another 2 1/6 pounds. How many pounds of peaches does Lisa have now? Work this out in your homework notebook, and we'll go over the answer together tomorrow. Press pause while you work. There's one more idea to go do together before we finish up Chapter 3.7. Now we're going to draw a model to solve a 2-step problem. Megan spent 1/6 of her money on food and 5/8 of her money on a new outfit. What fraction of Megan's money is left? Okay, let's begin by drawing a picture. We're going to make a bar that represents all of Megan's money. Okay? We're going to start with that 1/6 that we know she spent on food. And then we're going to make another section. That's that 5/8 she spent on clothes. And this is what's left, right? We don't know how much that is. Now we can use the model to visualize what we need to do with the information we have. The first step we need to take is to add 1/6 and 5/8. That will tell us the total amount of money that Megan has spent. Well, our first step, as always, is to convert these into like fractions with a common denominator. So let's go ahead and do that. I think a good common denominator here would be 24. That, to me, I think is our least common multiple. So let's try that out. Let's see. So 1/6 will become 4/24, and 5/8 will become 15/24. So the total fractional amount that Megan spent was 19/24. Okay, so how do we figure out what's left over? Well, we need to subtract 19/24 from 1. The whole number, the whole fraction of money that she started with, or the whole quantity of money she started with, we'd represent as 1. So 1 could be rewritten as 24/24 minus 19/24, and our answer is 5/24. So Megan has 5/24 of her original money left. Okay, it's your turn to try. Claire took 2 3/4 hours to read a book. Her brother, Dan, took 2/3 of an hour less to read the same book. How much time did they spend all together reading their book? Let me help you out by helping you draw that bar model, and then I'll leave you to do the calculations on your own. So let's draw a bar to represent the amount of time Claire spent reading. That's going to be 2 3/4 hours, correct? Now let's draw a bar to represent Dan's time spent reading. We don't know how much this is worth, but we know this portion is worth 2/3 of an hour. So from here, please calculate how much time Claire and Dan spent together reading their books. Work this out in your homework notebook, and I'll check it over with you tomorrow. Thanks for your hard work. When I see you tomorrow, we'll work more on word problems using fractions and mixed numbers. Have a great night.